Exactly, yeah, so,
Yeah.
yeah, so,
Okay.
but I think, Ben, we just heard from Colleen, yes, we are planning that, let's do alternative add-on for that, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
D5 is Cape Horn Road to Drum, so this middle one here, on Cape Horn Road that goes to the existing Drillmore booster station. I think just our big thing with this sectional line, and it pertains to Lakes Highway District. So we've been communicating with them frequently on this project. They have not been a joy to work with. I'm just going to be blunt and say it's been really difficult. Now the problem with this sectional line is that we can't cut into the road. Their requirements don't allow it. And I've attached the requirements to this document so you all can look at them. We don't need to go through it just know that we can't cut into the road.
I think the main issue is not so much cutting it is there's no way to get traffic control in there on the Great Road. That's why they want you to cut it in the road.
Yeah, there's that too, but they don't want any maintenance on the water line to be open cut either. So they want that water line in the basically outside of the road prism, so between the ditch and the right-of-way line. So it becomes very narrow here, or in a few areas we're working with almost a bucket width, where you're going to be right on the edge of the pavement and have the right-of-way line on the other side. And if we damage the pavement, we have to repair it. You have to chip seal it the next year. You have to do all of these things. So I just want to make the district aware.
And sometimes the repairs are not just repair a little section. They want the whole thing across the road repaired sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's one lane, one full lane is what we'd be obligated for.
Now, are we looking to put on the south side or the lake side? Because on the uphill side, it seems like it was very, very narrow.
Yeah, it's a combination of both. We're on the hillside for some of it, and then it gets to the point where we can't. The hillside's too steep.
But on the north side, or which side?
On the south side, starting out, if you can look at the alignment, and then we get the hillside's too steep, and we need to go to the
direction.
So why Ben is bringing this up? So I think we're just providing some foreshadowing. We've been sharing these plans with the highway district. Their take on this is like, well, does it meet our standards or not? There's no gray area. And this, in my opinion, we are trying to communicate. We're trying to work with them. We're trying to do everything right for them to understand, recognize that we're all serving patrons here and we're trying to provide a feasible solution here. That's why we're coordinating with you. I hope that we can get everything to a point where they are fine with it without last minute changes, but I'm not confident. And I just want you guys to recognize that we've coordinated at 30%, coordinated at 60%. We are trying to meet these standards, but given the slopes of the hill and the location, it's very wet. Well, and not only that, we have to do, a good final product, right? And placing it up in the hillside that's not feasibly constructible doesn't do anyone any good, especially if you have issues down the road. So I guess what I'm getting at, I don't think we'll hear the end of this conversation. We'll likely have some push back and forth in the district. We might ask you guys to potentially push back a little bit in the event that we need to get to that point and let them know, hey, we're, trying to get to a good product here that provides all of the people that you're serving on your roadways water that they have to have. So that's kind of where it's at. I don't know if I'm not trying to be negative towards sushi. I'm just saying, hey, that might be a little bit of a hurdle as we get to that 100% bid.